we were down in Wairio looking at another project, and one of the chaps that was working on the V-Class recovery was a guy, Hamish Montgomery, who was with Clear Drain South doing the water blasting. Clark McCarthy, who New Zealand Rail, who's worked with us before on other projects in the V-Class, was told by Hamish that he knew where this carriage was after Clark asking. And I think a lot of people had looked for it in the past. And I was down this way and rang Hamish and asked if I could go and look at it on this family farm. And anyway, he said, yeah, it's fine, go and have a look. And he'll let his sister know, who's Liz Montgomery. And anyway, we turned up here, and Liz was here, who I know through the hunting circles. And we found the carriage, which the family, the Montgomery family, and Philippa, the mother, was wondering whether we could do anything with it. And I said, well, we could do with an information kiosk for our V-Class project. And so she said, well, if you want to take it, we'll gift it to you. So I thought that was an offer we couldn't refuse. So within a couple of weeks, we managed to get the A-team back together again, which is Southland Machine Hire, Smith Cranes and Linton Contracting, and Clark and his father again. Down here, yesterday we had a big day clearing out. There was a shed in front of here, and the trees were overgrown. And we had a big day clearing out and ready for the transportation today. So the idea is to lift this carriage. It's A199, which is an 1883 carriage. It's a little bit older than the V-Class locomotives that we got out. And it was built in the Addington yards. It was part of the Addington cars, they called them. And it's got an A-class side to it, and a B-class, or second class, first class, second class to it. And the idea is to get it up into Lumsden. We've got a site for it where we can do the restoration work and preservation work, and then we're going to transport it to the Lumsden Railway Station, and we'll have it on track at the platform on display, and potentially to extend the current roof that we've got over the 1896 carriage, and have this on display there under a roof as well. So it's a bit of a project. And then in 1952 it was put here on this farm. The Montgomerys arrived here in 1958, so we're not quite sure how it got here. And even the contractors that are here today were trying to figure out how they would have got this from Wairio onto the farm here, so it'd be interesting if someone knew.
The Eagle has landed.
On the rolling stock register, there's not too many of them there. I think there's only possibly 4 that are around that I know of. Yeah.
So this is quite a project again for the Lumsden Heritage Trust.
Yeah, it's been a quick one. We can't be any more blessed with the day and yesterday to cart it. The roof was quite significantly damaged. The branch had fallen on there and gone through it, and there's been some polythene put over. The weight of the water and pine needles and sticks has gone through the roof. We've got a guy in Lumsden who's currently looking for work. He had a little business doing some furniture making, and he's worked on heritage items before, including the Earns Law. So he's familiar with what's required with doing wood turning and what have you for this project. So he's looking forward to getting into it, I think.
How long do you think it would take to do something up like this?
At this stage, we've sort of got a 6-month time frame. I think if our man in Lumsden, Lawrence, gets a bit behind, we'll get some extra help in to help him. The roof is significantly damaged along the top of the high top, but the actual structure and frame of the carriage is in good order.
You'd think it'd be a bit of a challenge actually getting it away in one piece.
Yeah, well, it always will be. It was like the locomotives. We didn't know what we were in for, and that's the challenge of all this. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I was told by someone the other day when they saw it, they said, you know, if you haven't got it out of here within the next 12 months, it's going to be a waste of time. The other alternative was to take it out in parts, and that wasn't really a runner for the owners. They'd rather see it on display somewhere if we can do that, and for all people to enjoy. I think it's fantastic. It's got character, you know, it's got a lot of history behind it, and I think it'd be a great asset to the Lumsden Heritage Trust as far as adding to the displays we've got and keeping in that heritage theme.
How did you go with the pretty quickly?
It was part of our current project. So in the V-Class project funding, there was a room in there for information kiosk as well as signage and storyboards. So it's an extension of that. And the original idea was a 1930s chiller wagon that's in Wairio there. That's what I was looking at when I came here to have a look. And when Lawrence, the woodturner, had a look at it with me that day, he said, actually, this would be easier to get in a good shape than the other one. So cost-wise, it's going to be probably a little bit more, but not a lot more. So, and someone has actually found me some wheels for it to go on as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's all going to come together pretty well. We don't have to, at this stage, look for additional funding.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Yeah.